covered all the funniest real estate questions in our last video, think again. Today I'm answering 10 more questions, and that'll have you smiling and laughing and maybe even a little wiser about real estate. Hi, I'm Amy Clark with Crowlike Realtors. I'm your local go-to real estate agent for living in Memphis and the Mid-South. Thank you for joining me again on another video. We're continuing our series on the funniest questions I've ever been asked in real estate. This time it's round 2 with even more quirky questions and their answers. Make sure to watch to the end. You won't believe the final question. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell for more fun real estate videos. So this one's similar to the last one we get, but can I list my house without the kitchen? Can I take my kitchen with me? Well, house needs to have a kitchen, at least a functional one anyway. But if there's something that you really like your gas stove or your double ovens or whatever, you can replace them with a comparable pair that fits in the spot and take what you want. But really, you're gonna leave your cabinets, you're gonna leave your countertops, you're gonna leave your backsplash, you're gonna leave the flooring and the lighting. These things are all gonna be left. So don't list your house with pictures and put it on the MLS and put it on realtor.com, and then when the buyer goes to see it, there's no kitchen in the house. That is misleading. So, and I always do tell buyers, pictures lie. So just to keep my buyers in line, we're gonna make sure we go see the house, or at least I'm gonna see it. If you can't see it, I will see it for you to make sure that there's a kitchen in it. We wanna make sure that there's a kitchen in it. Can I keep my gnomes in the front yard? I really love them. They're my favorite things ever, and they just make my yard look so cute. Well, to you, they might make your yard look cute, but to someone else, they might be superstitious to have trinkets in the yard. So as we're listing the house, we just want to pick up our extra stuff. Typically, I tell the sellers, when we're looking through our house, we don't want them to know who lives here at all. Not, of course, you'll know your names, but you don't want them to know anything about you, your football status, your favorite NFL teams. You don't want them to know anything about you. Like, my mom had a giraffe problem. So it was maybe at one point 700 giraffes in the house. And now I have several giraffes in my house because of her. Thanks, Mom. Anyway, but a seller doesn't want to see your stuff. They want to see your floor plan, your layout. They want to see your beautiful yard. Let the yard speak for itself. Let the house speak for itself. The house is going to sell. Great marketing and great pricing is what's going to sell your house, not your garden gnomes. Okay, sorry. So if I buy a house with a pool, does it come with a pool boy? Yes, at your own expense. This is a classic question, actually. People do want to know if their pool boy comes with it, if there's a service that already belongs. No. So a pool is very expensive to have an in-ground pool and to maintain a pool. So you're gonna have to have your own service and make sure you can afford that service before buying a house with a pool. So we wanna make sure that, for one, when we're looking at the house and there is a pool, hey, we get under contract, we love the house, love the pool, everything's great. It's the middle of February and I need to have a pool inspection. Yes, the seller's gonna complain, but the seller will have to open that pool up and we will have to get an inspection on it, and then close the pool back down. It's a big hassle in the wintertime. It's okay. I'm protecting my buyer. That's my job. I'm supposed to protect the buyer. And I don't want you to move into a house with a pool that doesn't have a pool boy and also doesn't have 3 pumps that work. So that's a huge issue. We want to make sure that all the working components of the pool are working. That's as simple as that. All right. Pools are fun in the wintertime. They're easier in the summertime when you're buying a house in the summer with a pool. That's much easier because the pool's already open. Okay, can I test drive the neighborhood at night? You better. What I want you to do is, if you are about to go under contract or you want to put an offer on the house, I want you to drive the neighborhood during the morning, during the afternoon, after school, at night, so you can see the activity of the neighborhood. What is happening? Is it a quiet, cozy neighborhood and there's just elderly people going to and from the doctor? Is that the neighborhood that this house is in? Or is it a real hustle and bustle neighborhood? Is it everybody's home on the weekends, everybody's doing their yard work, everybody's got kids are out playing, there's dogs everywhere, cats everywhere, cars everywhere. There's gonna be cars everywhere in a real busy neighborhood. Young kids and older kids, a mix of everybody is gonna be in this neighborhood. I want you to feel comfortable in the neighborhood, and at night you can really tell what's happening. If the neighborhood's quiet, if everybody's cars are in their driveway and it's, got garages and everything, and the kids are in, everybody's in, you'll get the feeling for that. There could be other issues where it's near a really lively area of town. And so you could have the hustle and bustle of nightlife walking back and forth in your neighborhood. So absolutely make sure you know where your neighborhood falls and the comfort level that you have in this neighborhood. Do you like people walking your sidewalk all hours of the day or night because there's a bar 2 blocks down? Or do you like a more cozy feel when everybody's in and the only thing outside is the frogs and the crickets and the streetlights? So that's what you need to know. So absolutely drive your neighborhood, not only at night, in the daytime, all the time. Make sure. Oh, due diligence as well. Call the police department that services that neighborhood and ask them what the stats are. That's the best way to find out what's going on with your neighborhood. All right, that's a little tip, but that wasn't funny, but it was a little tip. Do I need to bury a statue of St. Joseph to sell my house? Well, that is a very old tradition and some people really, really swear by it. You take a little statue of St. Joseph, you bury him in the front yard, in the front patio. What is it called? Garden. And it's supposed to sell your house in an insanely fast amount of time. And if that makes you comfortable, I really want you to do that. If you've never heard of this, that's fine too. But whether it works is up for debate, but many sellers swear by it. And if it gives you peace of mind, go for it. But remember, great marketing and pricing and the showing of your house is really what sells a home. So another thing, just another little tip, if you're selling your house, you really need to sell your house. Your worst nightmare is gonna be your neighbors. They are gonna tell, especially if they love their neighbors and they don't want them to move, they're gonna try and sabotage a sale. I've had it happen several times. So I try to not let my buyers talk to the neighbors because they're gonna tell you, oh, you know, they had a flood 3 years ago. Whether it's true or not, they are gonna try and dissuade a buyer from moving into the house. It's a quirky little thing about neighbors. And so I really try not to talk to neighbors when I'm showing a house or when we're in the process of being under contract and doing inspections and whatnot. So back to the question, statue of St. Joseph. If it makes you feel good, do it. And remember, it's pricing and marketing that sell your house. Okay, if you thought any of these questions were funny or you have any superstitious questions, just drop a comment below and let me know and I'll get back to you with the answers. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and to share this video with somebody you know if you need to laugh about real estate. Real estate's not always just papers and numbers, but sometimes it is. Can I get a no ghost guarantee in my contract? The answer is, if you're worried about supernatural, superstitious roommates, and this is really something you need to bring up with your agent, while there are no ghost clauses that are in standard real estate, in some states, sellers are legally disclosed to require of their home's haunted reputation, but you just won't get a certified Ghostbuster inspection. That's not a thing. So, ghosts would make me run for the hills. If you're not worried about it, I'll sell your house. Okay, that's good. So these questions are kind of repeating just a little bit, but in just a different way. So if you have a theater room, does it come with a popcorn machine? It can, or it can't. There's 2 different ways to look at it. So the perks of luxury living, you have a theater room, you have the theater chairs and the seating. The chairs are gonna go, they're not attached to the floor. The popcorn machine is not attached to the floor. You can assume that it's gonna be gone. It's like when you're buying a large lot and your lot is here and the trees are here. Are those trees gonna stay? Those trees are not gonna stay. If you did not buy those trees aren't gonna stay. Just wanna let you know, if you want the trees, purchase that lot, you know, or purchase a lot next to it or whatever, but you can always assume that the trees will go. So always assume that the fun, amazing theater room with the chairs and the popcorn and all the fun stuff, assume it's gonna go. Put it in the contract with your agent. Make sure that they write it in there. I want that popcorn machine to stay in this room. The seller may agree and leave you the popcorn machine. The seller may say, it's mine, buy your own. All right, so there we go. Can I bring my dog to the showings to see if he likes the house? Well, I would say no. Pets are family, I get that. You want to know if your dog's gonna like the house. However, he's not bringing his money to the table, just like your dad's not bringing his money to the table. It's your money and you. And sellers, we absolutely, as a buyer agent, I really want to respect a seller's property and their home. And when I'm taking a client into someone else's home, they live there. You know, that's their private, and they don't have dogs, they don't have pets, or they have lots of pets. Either way, if my buyer insists I will call the listing agent and ask them if I can bring a dog onto their property. Depending on that answer is my answer to my client. But I would typically rather you not bring your dog, even if it's in a purse, even if it's like my Eli, 120 pounds of Great Dane. I don't want to take on the liability or the responsibility of the dog getting hurt or the seller getting very upset. And we always have to remember that we can just assume that we're being filmed everywhere. So the seller may have a camera on you and may get very upset with you if you brought a dog into their house. So sorry, I wouldn't let you do it. Now, once you're on the table and you're serious and you're buying the house, you're under contract, you're gonna live in this house, that may be a different situation. Maybe the seller's already starting to move a little bit and they're getting some of their personal belongings out of the house or whatever. Then we can retouch that question, can I bring my dog to the house? Yes, and I will definitely ask again for you, not a problem, I will do that. So that was a great question though, I really like that question. Am I liable for the neighborhood kids using the trampoline? Absolutely you are. Anybody that walks on your property that falls, stumbles, breaks their back off of a trampoline, your homeowner's insurance is liable for that person, that child, someone else's kid. So owning a trampoline, a pool, and other, fun things in your backyard is so much fun. Zip lines. My brother went to one of his friends' houses and the kids were all on a zip line. And of course, one of our kids slung the zip line back and hit somebody in the face. Kids are kids. We've got to know that, but we've got to also be adults in the situation and make sure that we take care of our children and watch them and take all the necessary steps to secure the trampoline, the pool, the zip line. Everything is in working condition and it has not become a destination for a local hangout. We don't want that. We want to make sure that we have gates and locks on fences for the safety of you, for your financial well-being, and for the safety of the children in the neighborhood. So we want to make sure that you are covered, but yes, if someone comes onto your property and falls, then you are liable. And that's just the way it is right now. Just want to let you know though, so you can insure accordingly. So this is gonna come up more and more in the next couple of years. So can I buy a house using Bitcoin? Well, the answer is yes, you can. However, it depends on if the seller is willing to accept your Bitcoin. So if a seller is comfortable with buying a house through receiving Bitcoin for their purchase of their house, yes, this is happening. Traditionally, it's cash or a loan or with a lender, but cryptocurrency is a thing and it's in mind. So, however, make sure you understand that as a seller, if you accept Bitcoin, you may not get the same amount of money because of the fluctuation of the market and Bitcoin on the market. It could wildly vary from day to day. So it's not a guaranteed price that you're gonna get what you want on the Bitcoin market. So, however, we would get an attorney that would understand the cryptocurrency, seller and the buyer all doing cryptocurrency, everybody happy. We're gonna make sure that it would go through. So it's not uncommon, it's not too common around these parts right now, but if the seller is willing to accept cryptocurrency, then we have to walk down that path and we have to see what we can do with it. So that's that. So I think it's gonna be another form of currency that we're using to purchase homes in the future. So we have to get on it as agents. We have to make sure that we know what we're doing and advise our clients correctly. So if you're willing to make the move to Memphis in the Mid-South, then contact me. I'll help you make that move as smooth as possible. I get calls from people every day just like you, ready to make the move in 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months. It doesn't matter to me. I'll help you make the move as smooth as possible. So thanks for watching today's episode of Living in Memphis in the Mid-South. Real estate isn't just about transactions. It's mostly about people. Full of stories, laughter, and lessons. I'm Amy Clark with Cry Like Realtors, reminding you that every question is worth asking, even the funny ones. If you're looking to make real estate experience as smooth and enjoyable as possible, reach out to me anytime. Until next time, stay curious, keep asking questions, keep smiling, and happy house hunting. I'm here to make your Memphis move a reality.